Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a October / fall love reading. This could be for if you're single or taken, it doesn't matter. I'm going to read for both. I know that I kind of get frustrated when it comes to love readings when there's never anything for anyone who's, in a relationship. So I'm attempting to kind of fill that void there a little bit by doing both. So this is going to be, we have 3 piles here right in front of us. For those of you who are familiar with pick a cards, go ahead and scroll down to the timestamps below, where you'll have your groups located. For those of you who are not familiar, basically what we're going to do is you are going to focus in on these 3 piles and see which one is calling out to you. Each pile has a unique number of cards, each pile has a unique message, and I do ask that you remember that this is a general reading. You know, this is for multiple energies, multiple people, so if you hear something in your reading in your pile that doesn't 100% sound like it's in alignment with you, just know that that's probably meant for somebody else, and that's totally okay. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't, like pretty much every tarot reader says. But just know that. And if you've never selected a pile before, go ahead, pause the video if you need to, and take a couple of deep breaths, and ask yourself, whatever, if it's comfortable to do it out loud, or if you want to say it in your head, do that, doesn't matter. Just ask yourself what you can expect as far as love goes in the fall season. What do you need to know? What's going to maybe be in your way? What good things are going to happen? Whatever you want to know, just focus on that, and then go to your pile. Before we go, I'll do close-ups of all of the cards. Here we have Skull of Light, Illumination. Then group number 2 is the Veil, Future. And group number 3 is Vampire, Emotional Intelligence. Okay, like I said, pause the video if you need a couple of minutes to decide, but otherwise, I will see you at your timestamp. Okay, hello group number 1. You guys chose the Skull of Light. Keyword here is illumination. I feel like that definitely this reading is going to shed some light on maybe your romantic endeavors. For those of you who are single, maybe it's going to shed some light on any difficulties or where you can improve, or maybe fun things in your future. And for those of you who are looking for the love, this is maybe going to illuminate where to look, what has been in your way, what blockages you're facing. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to put this over here. Yes, I need to get a larger reading surface here. Yeah, maybe it would help if I didn't feel the need to display every crystal I own. But we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot, and then I've got our oracle cards already pulled. I'm going to use the Halloween tarot, the mini. I got the tarot in a tin to do this. So let's go ahead and see group 1. Ooh, here we go. We have the Fool to start out. Okay, that's pretty positive. Single or taken, that's pretty good. What else does group 1 have to look forward to in their fall love life? What does group 1 need to know about their fall? Ooh, love life. We also have the 7 of Wands. Yes, the Wands? No. And we have the Magician. Oh gosh, what is that? Let's clarify. To clarify the Fool, please. Clarify the Fool. 7 of Swords. Clarify the Fool. Oh, you got 2 to clarify the Fool. Clarify that 7 of Bats. And then clarify that Magician. Magician. Oh. The Knight of Wands. Okay. So the Swords, yeah, okay. All right, so back of the deck, 10 of Cups, amazing. That's awesome. So back of the deck, this is going to kind of inform our whole reading. We have, this is like contentment, love, support, domestic, kind of familial bliss. When I say domestic that way, I don't mean it like 10 of Pentacles. I mean like home life bliss, love bliss, family positivity. Like this is a good sign, whether you're single or you're taken. This is good things are coming for you in the fall. I love that. Absolutely. I do want to just clarify really quick, because I would hate to get this wrong. Anytime, I'm sure you've watched me do other readings, anytime that there is any, that's our swords. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Anytime they rename things, I'm always like, okay. So as far as to start off a reading, we have the Fool. I feel like as far as love goes, that's an amazing card to get. This is, you know, new hope, new chances, new path, fresh beginning, all that kind of stuff, excitement, like childlike wonder. Regardless of your relationship status, that's amazing. I feel that if you are single, that speaks for itself. You're about to embark on an amazing journey. And if you are in a relationship, you have something to look forward to. Something new is on the horizons. Maybe you guys have been looking into, it's a little bit difficult. You kind of have to get creative here with our COVID nonsense, but perhaps you've been looking into starting something new, investing in something new, taking up a new hobby together. We see here he's got his bag packed. You guys are about to embark on a journey together. That's amazing. So to clarify them, we got the 10 of Swords as well as the Page of Swords. So it looks like this is coming in after a period of extreme, like rock bottom. Very, very rough time for you guys. An incredibly rough time. And it's been a rough time for everyone, but this looks like it's coming in for you on the tail end of something that was kind of a make or break. Maybe if you guys are in a relationship, you were kind of suffering for a little while. Things might have been tense for both of you. Maybe you're burning the candle at both ends as far as work goes, and mentally you're just so exhausted. But it looks like you did have some sort of like truth unveiled, some sort of, maybe you guys had a very frank, if you're in a relationship, you had a very frank conversation with your partner about your stresses and your anxieties, and it's helped you guys turn over a new leaf. Maybe this new journey is this amazing, wonderful new way of communication. For those of you who are single, I feel that you have had maybe some clarity into your situation, just some clarity into why you were letting yourself be dragged down to rock bottom, why you were letting yourself get into that exhausted, defeated energy. You've had some clarity around it, and you are now ready to leave that aspect of your life behind and embark forward. Now we also have the Seven of Wands, or excuse me, the Seven of Swords. This generally represents dishonesty and running away, and it's clarified by the Eight of Cups. So I feel that you were in the past perhaps running away from something that you didn't want to address, running away from something that you felt like it wasn't serving you, but really there was work that needed to be done. Maybe if you're single, not to call you out or anything, but maybe when things got rough, you kind of walked away and you kind of felt like, oof, I got away with that one. I dodged a bullet there. I feel like this person, this definitely, they are, there we go. They are cheeky. They are grinning. They are definitely getting away with something. And I feel that inside you knew that, both of you, single, taken, doesn't matter. You knew that you have a tendency to walk away from things when it gets hard. But it looks, I would say, judging from this Fool and then this Magician, that is over. That's in the past. This frank discussion that you've had, this clarity, I feel that you have recognized that and illuminated that. And you don't want to be that way anymore. You don't want to run away from things until you are exhausted. You don't want to not address something and just keep repeating the cycle over and over. So now you're the Magician. You are manifesting good things in your life. You're manifesting good communication. You're manifesting clear lines of communication. You are manifesting, if it is, if you are single, I feel that you are definitely putting out big energetic poles out there, letting people know that you are ready and available. And I will say, it looks like you have for those of you who are single or taken, depending, you have some very passionate energy coming your way pretty quickly, because we do have this Knight of Wands. We have this Knight of Wands. And normally, you know, this is a feisty, lusty, you know, this is a bit of our, you know, I've heard the F-boy word thrown around for this card, the fuck boy. Let's just get it out there. Usually that can be indicative of what's going on. For those of you who are taken, I feel that maybe you are manifesting some, you know, a little spiciness into your relationship, a little you know, a little zest, a little something into your relationship. Maybe you feel now that you guys have had your, you know, your rock bottom moment, your talk, you're not going to do those escape mechanisms that you were using before, and you're trying to like maybe foster some passion, kind of rekindle something. For those of you who are single and on the hunt, it looks like you are going to have a lot of opportunities and a lot of offers that are of a physical nature. And if that's what you're looking for, amazing, perfect, bam, there it is. But if that's not what you're looking for, I would urge you to be cautious and watch what you're manifesting. Maybe watch your, you know, watch your thoughts. Make sure that when you do your intention work and your love work and all that kind of stuff, make sure if you are not looking for something that is physical or short term or something like that, make sure that you are putting those thoughts in, doing that journaling, all that kind of stuff, so that you can stay in this amazing 10 of Cups. All right, let's see what else we have. We've got, oh, we have 2 Moonology cards. You are very close to achieving your goal, and what do you need to release? Okay, so this is definitely going with our 8 of Cups, or excuse me, 8 of Cups and our 7 of Swords. I feel that you did some work, and you know that there are things that you need to release. There are patterns and habits that you need to let go, regardless of relationship status. You know that there are patterns that you need to let go of if you don't want to continue to do this cycle of this self-sabotage. And this is definitely saying, I feel that you're very close to achieving, letting that stuff go, letting it go, getting rid of that and breaking the cycle for permanently. You are going to break that cycle permanently. And this, sorry if I keep touching the cards, it's like how I connect with them. But this is telling me that you are very close to that amazing clarity to experience, not just your, you know, between why you are in that rough place, but why you feel the need to keep repeating this behavior. You're very, very close to that breakthrough. And I love that. See, illumination. You're close to illumination. You also have find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Okay, first of all, take a nap. You deserve it. It literally says right here, take a nap. And I feel that this is telling you to find that balance so that you can continue to stay in this state, because this is a sort of a precarious place, because it is the, you know, the completion. 10 is the completion, end of a cycle. It's kind of hard to stay there without, you know, beginning something new or kind of slipping back down in the numbers or things like that. This is urging you to find balance in you know, work, life, play. I know play is a little difficult for us right now, but this is urging you to keep that balance within your life so that it doesn't begin to bleed over into affecting your interpersonal relationships. Because oh honey, it will. Let's see what else. We have a Mermaid. Go with the flow. Yes, go with the flow. Stop being so sometimes the best way to manifest something is to just kind of see what's going on around you. Don't actively fight against it so much. Sometimes you need to look around you and see what you can take advantage of and go with the flow. Take advantage of, if you are, you know, I mean, you got the Magician. You know, you seem to be, you know, pretty powerful manifestors. So maybe take a look around. What's going on? What can you take advantage of? Do you like to work with the moon? You might be able to take advantage of some sort of transit, or you know, something that's in, you know, an alignment that is beneficial with your birth chart or something like that. This is also, you know, it could be little ways throughout the day. If you are in a relationship, this could be telling you and reminding you to stop being, I don't want to say dishonest, but to how do I want to say this? Not to pick and choose your battles, let's say. Let's go with that. Pick and choose your battles. You don't always need to feel like you're winning, that you're getting away with something, that you're on the winning side. That can lead to dishonesty, which is going to disrupt your relationship. This is telling you, go with the flow. go with the flow of things around you, the energy around you, so that you don't fight against it and end back up in this Ten of Swords. Let's see. So here's our romance cards. So we have, and it was in reverse, so we have pay attention to red flags. So I will take note that it was in reverse, but to me that says that you are overcoming these red flags, but that you still need to pay attention to them so that you can continue to overcome them. Okay, so pay attention to red flags. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Absolutely. Take back control. I feel that you are letting outside things really affect your relationship. And it's impossible not to, but depending on whatever's going on with you at work, whatever's going on with you, you know, in your family life, and other things that are not your partner or not you searching for a partner, you need to get control of those so that you don't keep ending up in these negative places, these negative cards, because this is what we need to get rid of. This is what the cycle, you know, we're needing to release this. We've almost achieved that, you know, we're so close. So pay attention to those red flags when it starts to happen so that you can free yourself of this cycle. And then the last one we got is true love. This romance is the romance of a lifetime. If you are with someone, it is an amazing connection. It is a wonderful connection. This is the romance of a lifetime. But that doesn't mean that you have to accept everything that happens. That doesn't mean that you cannot, you know, that things are going to be wonderful and sunny all the time. This is something you're going to have to work at. You're going to have to watch those red flags and make sure you don't fall back into old patterns, because it's, you know, it's work. It's a job to make sure that things stay operating smoothly. And if you are single, I feel like you are manifesting an amazing connection coming towards you right now. This is going to be an amazing connection. And let's see if these two cards maybe illuminate a little way we might find it. Chains, a chain of effects. Let me try that again. Chain of events that will affect your life. So there is a chain of events that is coming that is going to affect your life, single or taken. You can already argue that there is a chain of events going on right now, many chains of events that are affecting our lives. But keep an eye out for things in the future that is going to alter the trajectory of your life and your partner's life if you're in a relationship. And then we also have barking dog, advice from a friend. So maybe when you start to feel yourself relapsing into those patterns where you kind of sabotage yourself or walk away from a relationship when it starts to get difficult, instead of working things out, reach out to a friend and see what their advice is. Now, just because you have walked up to a friend and gotten their advice does not mean that you need to follow it, but it may help you get a different perspective, and it may help you feel better about the situation. So I normally end my reading with charms, but I did this new thing. I've had this cauldron, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with it? So I wrote down a bunch of quotes from things that I like, some channeled messages, some silly things in here. So I'm going to give it a trial run. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if there's some advice for my single and taken people as far as relationships go. What is your fall love advice? Here we are. Oh no. Left on red. Okay. This is obviously one of the silly ones. Are you a person that leaves someone on red deliberately? Is that a cycle that you need to break? Are you a passive aggressive texter? Are you someone who texts and doesn't think about it until later, and they've got hot fingers and you're like, ooh, I shouldn't have sent that text message? Sometimes the best thing to do is not text back. Sometimes the best thing to do is wait. Just wait. Make sure that you're not texting back in anger. And then we have tomorrow is fresh with no mistakes in it. So breaking these patterns is, you know, it's going to be a process. And remember, when you do engage in these behaviors, that tomorrow's a new day and you can try again. Make sure that you mend, you know, those tearings and those breakings that happened. You don't want to go to bed, you know, however you feel, don't go to bed angry, blah, blah, blah. Talk about it in the morning, whatever works for you and your partner. Definitely make sure to practice that, because you always have the opportunity to try again. For those of you who are single, you know, maybe you reached out and someone didn't reciprocate those feelings, but that's okay, because tomorrow is a fresh day. This is from Anne of Green Gables, by the way. And then we finally have I Am by Aries. Okay, so we have some Aries energy, and I absolutely believe that with our imps over here. There's a lot of Aries energy coming in, a lot of movement, a lot of, okay, so I am. You are going to overcome this pattern of toxic behavior, honestly. We sometimes have to admit that we're being toxic. And sometimes you're being toxic to yourself. So definitely take some time, be present, look at yourself, reflect about what you need to release, and then do it. Release it. Get rid of it. We have another full moon coming this October, so take advantage of it. Use that to break these cycles and get them out of your life. It's going to be, you're a major manifester. You take advantage of this very rare opportunity to break these patterns. Okay? Okay, group number 1. I hope that you liked this. It was something a little bit different from what I normally do. So let me know down below if you kind of like this format. And don't forget to, subscribe, like, whatever, all that YouTube stuff. And if you do like the way I do my readings, I offer readings in my Etsy shop, and it was all linked below, as well as every deck that I've used, and bunch of other stuff. I try to put everything down below that you could possibly think of to ask me, but I know I'm gonna miss something. So I hope this helped for all of you single and taken, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Alrighty, hello group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose this card from the Halloween Oracle, the Veil. The future has definitely been on your minds for sure, group number 2. Hopefully this reading is going to illuminate some things maybe you've been thinking about that have given you some trouble. So we are going to use our tarot cards first. This is a Halloween Oracle, or excuse me, the Halloween Tarot, and that is the Halloween Oracle. So group number 2, Spirit, what can group number 2 expect this fall, specifically October, for love? What can group number 2 expect as far as okay, let's get one more card. Group number 2, love in October. Group number 2, ooh. Okay, back of the deck, Empress. Okay, so back of the deck we have the Empress. So we have a lot of creative, abundant energy here, a lot of desire to create, urge to create. You have a lot of that energy going on with you right now, especially I can see that in this, if I can pick it up, you have a lot of 8s that you're reading as well. In this 8 of Pumpkins, you are diligently working in the material plane, absolutely. For those of you who are single, I feel that you have been really getting into your work, getting into your craftsmanship, enjoying your job, and starting to get recognized for it. Everything that you're doing is starting to be better than the last. And that goes for everyone who's taken as well, but for singles, you have been really shining in this arena right now. The urge to create is just pushing itself on over into your work environment, and perhaps it could be a little escapism. We have the 8 of Ghosts. We actually got this in the last group as well. So it looks like this is a big time to figure out what isn't working for us and go in search of what does. I feel that your work environment is not something that you need to worry about. You're quite satisfied in your work environment, but emotionally something's not there. Something's not right. Thankfully, we do have the Empress, so this leads me to believe that you're really in touch with your feminine energy right now, male or female. You're very in touch with your emotions, your creativity. You're very fertile right now, whether that is, actual fertility or, creatively. But I would say that there's something in your life that is leaving you unfulfilled emotionally. And you're very much worried about it as far as the future is concerned, because it's something that was certain doesn't seem so certain anymore. So maybe if you're single, you kind of had a situationship going on, you were talking to somebody or something like that, and maybe they ghosted. Not to, pun or whatever, but mean con is honestly, yeah. But maybe they ghosted, or maybe they suddenly got a little cold, or what you thought you wanted isn't what you wanted anymore. You were talking to that person, and then you maybe realize you got an insight into, you're like, ooh, actually, I didn't realize they were like this. I didn't realize that this was their goals. I didn't realize that X, Y, Z. And it's causing you to feel like a little bereft, a little like, oh man, I kind of had plans, and now they're not coming through. For those of you who are in a relationship, I know a lot of things have been put off. Weddings, engagements, babies, buying a house, anything you can think of, all those couple milestones, they've been put off. And I feel that you are really feeling that. right now. You guys are you're kind of, especially with this, you're mourning the loss of the things that you didn't get to do, the things that you're not getting to do. It's really taking a toll on my relationship folks, those of you who are in a relationship. It is really taking a toll on you guys, because you were ready. You had the desire, you were feeling it, you were, you know, ready to create, ready to do, ready to, you know, sign those papers, to plan that wedding, to do whatever you were doing. And now we're kind of trapped in this no man's land of well, because I'm also attempting, oh my gosh, my ring isn't on. Scandal. Returned. I am in the middle of planning a wedding as well, and it's, yeah, honestly, it feels a little impossible. It feels a little, things are scarce. It's definitely feeling that way. It's sort of, you know, what is supposed to be a very lucrative, exciting industry kind of feels very barren right now. And I'm getting that a lot for my relationship folks, a lot. For those of you who are single, I'm getting that you had kind of started to count on this relationship, and things started to improve as far as COVID goes and things like that. It was looking, you know, was looking up for a little while, and then maybe you started to connect, but now things are, you know, numbers are going back up and blah, blah, blah. We won't get into that, but things are kind of like, you know, either shutting down or looking bleak, or it's not what you wanted. It's not working out. Literally 5. It's not working. And you're really mourning the loss. You see this little kid that, you know, looking at all that candy that fell over. Regardless if single or taken, you guys are looking at all of those things, all of those opportunities that you didn't get, and possibly missing some new ones that are right there, right around the corner. For those of you who are single, maybe this is someone at work. This is because it feels like you are very comfortable at work right now. And that maybe the person that you were speaking with is not from work, but I feel strong work connection there for singles, or not necessarily work, but something to do with your field. So maybe not someone who like works at your place of business, but maybe someone that you know through work, you know, a co-worker's sibling, or, you know, something like that. We just need to look at that brief little bit ahead, look to the left, just take a quick glance somewhere else, and we're going to notice, bam, we have 2 amazing beginnings right here. We have Ace of Fire. Nope. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So we have some passion and some practicality here. This is kind of like Venus and Virgo right now is giving me really big, that transit that's currently happening. Venus just went into Virgo. I am getting that you are about to uncover, especially with the Empress, you have this awesome creative drive inside of you right now, and it is just, you are going to plow into a new project. You are going to, your work life, group 2, fantastic, amazing, perfect. Even if it's not your actual, like your day job, even if it's your side job, your side hustle, your hobby that makes you money, whatever it is, you are about to just figure out something new, get a new idea, a new take on a project, something like that with this creative energy. And it is going to fill you with fire. It is going to, passion is just going to pop right in there. Just remember to kind of rein that in, because oftentimes, especially when I see the ace, it makes me think of, you know, a match being lit. And if we focus on it too quickly, you know, put it in front of our face, breathe on it, it's going to go out right away. We're going to lose the passion. We're going to lose the drive. So this is something, remember, you want to tend to this fire. For single people, this could be a relationship. I feel that you are going to, something creative that you do, a project that you do, maybe helping someone else, collaborating with someone is going to introduce you to somebody. Maybe getting into this new start for my taken people are going to make you feel a little spicy, if you know what I mean, sort of ignite some passion. You are going to want to create yourselves, if you know what I mean. So just be careful, because we do have that fertility energy here. And as far as our Queen of Cups goes, let's get a little clarification. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. Ooh. We have the Fool. Okay. So I feel that this is the start of it. This is definitely a start. We got the Fool in the last reading too. This is definitely a start. For sure. Something that you need to nurture. This is something that needs to be taken care of and something that needs to be supported. Whether it is from this feminine energy that you have a lot of in your reading, or from, maybe that's your significant other. Maybe that is a parent or something like that, but you're about to embark on an amazing new journey. For those of you who are already together, I feel like this is going to be an amazing new journey together. Maybe things that were not working out before, you've discovered an alternative. That the house hunting isn't going the way you wanted it to, but you found an amazing apartment that is in a better spot, in a better, financial bracket than what you had planned. And for those of you who are single, I feel like this is sort of like you're about to turn over a new leaf. And I'm hearing love yourself for yourself, loving yourself. You are going to find a whole new way to love yourself, and it is going to pull people to you because they are going to be able to see and feel that. We also have surrender to the divine. Okay, so when you're feeling those, this lack, this scarcity, this poverty mentality, just remember about timing. Remember divine timing. Help is right around the corner. Look around you for the signs. Look around you for where spirit or angels or whatever is in your practice is pointing you for the assistance for your future. Surrender to the divine so that you can get that good, wonderful, those aces. We're looking to get those aces. We want them. Look at it. We want the aces. We want the fool. That's what we want. Yes. Okay, let's look at, you guys got 2 fairy cards. 2 came out for you guys. So we have light. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Perfect. It's coming. Remember the divine light. It's coming. This situation, if it hasn't already happened, it is coming. You are going to find the light. You're going to see the light burning from inside that, the church, like the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. It's coming. Remember that it is coming. Surrender to the divine and know that your future is taken care of. That's it, period. It's taken care of. And then we have wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. Okay, so this is giving us some excellent time stuff as far as the future goes. You don't have very long to wait at all. Winter. As soon as December rolls around, you guys might, December, January, February, you might see some very big moves as far as romance goes, whether it is taking a new step as far as commitment goes, moving in together, proposals, marriage, maybe babies, maybe finding that person during cuffing season, but be careful because, we don't want, maybe you do, if you want that quarantine baby, that's you, boo. But wait for winter. It's coming. It is coming. Be assured that this divine timing to get rid of this, it's coming. It is coming. Okay, let's get our message from our mermaid. Positivity. Remember to be positive in this time. I know it can be so hard, but the more you're able to manifest that positive mindset, the more it'll help you get rid of the negativity. Like literally have to retrain ourselves, be positive, force ourselves to be positive. Find that one good thing about the day, even if the thing about the day is that it's over. Be positive. Tomorrow is over, or tomorrow is over. Tomorrow's not over. Tomorrow is another day, and today is over. That could be the positive thing for your day. Just be able to find those positive moments until the time is right for you to embark on this new journey, for this new amazing chapter in your life. Remain positive. So here's our love cards. Let's see, we got wedding. Okay, for some of you, like I said, during this wait for winter, a wedding is coming for some of you. This situation involves marriage. That is, I hope for some of you, that is what you want to hear. As far as the future goes, you do have a wedding in your future. And then we have calling in your soulmate and playfulness. So your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You have the Fool. This is like childlike exuberance, wondrous enjoyment. Like definitely this goes hand in hand with playfulness. You need to embrace that so that you can start your journey. Maybe you're being way too serious. You're focusing so much. You're desperate for your future because you don't like your present, or you're It's not that you don't like it. It's just, you know that there's more. You know that there could be more. But know that for those of you who are single, you're calling in your soulmate. And I would say by winter, remember which winter is through February, you are going to meet someone who has the potential to be a soulmate for you, who is going to make you feel so wonderful. This is, our beginnings that are right here, who are going to bring out the nurture in you, the playfulness in you, that help you with the light, and just know that you'll get there in a divinely timed way. Possibly in one of these ways. So we have frying pan, trouble, accusations. For those of you who are in a relationship, just be aware that, and this isn't, I'm not necessarily seeing trouble, accusations like, trouble and accusations in your relationship, you're cheating, you're whatever. I just see this is a very tense time, and we're about to go into the holidays, which are, one, a lovely, beautiful time, but two, it's very tense during the holidays. It can be very tense. We also have the yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. I feel that for the most part, these messages really apply to those of my group twos who are in a relationship. You guys might start to go into this holiday season feeling a little tied down, a little frustrated, maybe feeling that you are doing the most of the work, the craftsmanship. And this is just sort of a thing to remind you. I don't want to say be positive, blah, 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 wait for winter, things are going to get better, because you should never settle for, living with, in a crappy situation for the now in the hopes that the future gets better. But just be aware that things are going to be difficult in the future, in the next couple of months. It's a difficult time. It's a stressful time as far as the holidays go, and that emotions are going to be running high. So be on the lookout for that. So that, and then we also have our Ace of Wands. Be aware that you guys, there's a lot of possibly potentially built up frustration here. And don't let that boil over with the frying pan. Don't let it bubble over. Don't let that, you get frustrated and then, snap while cooking dinner, or it could be something as silly as like an accusation, like you forgot to call and make a reservation, you forgot to X, Y, or Z, and really, the secretary just misunderstood and gave the incorrect information. Sorry, I need a drink. But I feel that this is something letting you know to let cooler heads prevail, because you are going to start to feel a little stress going into the holiday season, especially if you do start these amazing big projects. It's wonderful to start these projects, but as we start them going into the holiday season, the tension's going to start to build. We're going to start to feel it, especially because, money becomes, during the holidays, people suddenly become very aware of their money and very aware of like, oh, I can't get presents for X or Y or Z, or how am I going to afford whatever. Just be aware. Just be aware that money might be an issue for those of you who, it might be an issue as far as relationship goes. So this is something new I'm doing. Normally I pull charms, but I got this cauldron and I was like, what am I going to do with it? So I made all these little pieces of paper, or some of them are channeled messages, quotes, song lyrics, and then some of them are silly. So let's see how it goes. The other group, it worked out. The other group, definitely, we had, it made sense. Ooh. You have 4 that look like they want to come out. Let's see what our messages are. We have, you are wonderfully made. You are wonderfully made. Remember that. Definitely, you are wonderfully made. You were made the way you are for a reason, and that you don't need to change. We also have I am, Sylvia Plath. This is, remember, when things are rough, when things are difficult, remember, you are wonderfully made. You are here. You are alive. You are in this moment. You know what I mean? Like, we also have Leo, I will. What will you do? What will you do? This is, I feel like, maybe telling you to maybe set some intentions. For sure, set some intentions. What will you do? What are you going to do as far as these aces are concerned? What are you starting? What are your goals? I will, by Leo. By Leo? Yeah, like it's a song. And then forget FOMO. Yes, forget your fear of missing out. This 5 of Pentacles, I feel like, is kind of the center of your reading. Forget your fear of missing out. Forget being upset about the way things turned out. Forget, you know, all of your preconceived notions and just live in the now. Be now. Another for, you know, I am. Be present. Right now, I am. You are what at this moment. So, yeah, that is your reading. Group number 2. I'm feeling drained after that one. But I hope that it sheds some light on, I feel like the messages were very different for single and taken. You know, single, you guys I feel like you guys are, you know, you living it up. As taken, you guys you're having, you know, you're going through some potential struggles, but it looks like it's all going to come out positive in the end, you know? That was my reading for you guys. Remember, if you hear things you don't like, you can always change them. That's the wonderful thing about free will. Let me know if you liked my little cauldron idea so that I know, you know, whether or not to do things like that in the future. And if you like the way I do readings, I do have my link to my Etsy store down below. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys are the group that chose Vampire, Emotional Intelligence. So this is telling me that you are going through sort of a period of emotional growth right now, a period of emotional intelligence. You're becoming more You're becoming more aware of yourself emotionally, romantically, and you are, because normally we associate, you know, vampire with energy vampire, you know, things like that. But it looks like you are becoming more intelligent about maybe your emotions, what your emotions mean, how to interpret emotions in others. So we're going to use the Halloween Tarot, and let's see what's coming in your fall. Woo! Love prediction. So we have 6 of Pentacles to start. Let's go. Group 3, fall. Group 3. Love prediction, single or taken. Ooh. Then we have the 3 of Pumpkins. Group 3, love predictions. Okay. Queen of Cups in reverse. Clarify the 6 of Pumpkins, please. Clarify the 6 of Pumpkins. The Devil. Oh, ooh, that one was, I didn't even have to voice the question. Thank you. And finally, that Queen of Ghosts, please. That Queen of Ghosts. 10 of Ghosts. Okay. Back of the deck. Page of Ghosts. So you have a lot of ghosts in your reading. Ghosts here are cups. So this is a cups reading. So you are definitely feeling more in your heart right now. And that's great. That is awesome. You know, this is a love reading. That's, you know, what we're looking for. You have, as far as the page goes, expect maybe a new love message be coming in. Whether you are single or taken. We even have a little message right there. Expect something to come through for you, whether your significant other sends you a lovely message, you know, gets you something, you know, flowers sent to your work, or you send them, you know, money to get coffee, something like that. But expect some sort of significant message to come through for, as far as romance is concerned. For those of you who are not in a relationship, I would expect this, you know, this would mean an offer of some kind or an expression of interest, or perhaps you are going to make an expression of interest. If you are the more bold type, you're going to use this emotional intelligence to kind of navigate that situation. If you are in a relationship, you're going to use this sort of newfound emotional intelligence to kind of gauge, you know, oh, my partner's not feeling well and I know they're having a bad day at work. So you shoot them off a text and tell them, you know, hey, I know you're suffering and I know this, you know, work sucks, but I love you and blah, blah. You know, definitely, you know, take advantage of your new emotional intelligence and maybe reach out if you if you are not the one who normally does. It would be a nice, lovely surprise, you know. And then I have 6 of Pentacles here, which is about giving and receiving, and to me this is about giving and receiving in equal measure. So I feel that you are going to potentially, because it is clarified, you know, by the Devil, you are potentially going to, how do I say this? You're going to be careful you don't give too much. Okay, be careful that you don't give, for those of you who are single, be careful that you're not giving out too much attention. You don't, and I'm not because we're trying to play hard to get or anything like that. You don't always want to be the one that texts first. You don't always want to be the one that plans the date. You don't always want to be the one that is making all the overtures, because it, not, oh, well, it's nice to feel wanted, but you shouldn't be doing all the work. You shouldn't have to be in charge of all the emotional labor. That's not, this is supposed to be harmonious. The Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pumpkins here. This is supposed to be about giving and taking, or giving and receiving in sort of like equal measure. And I feel like that there's definitely potential for an imbalance, regardless of single or taken. So just definitely, I feel very strongly for single. I know I said, oh, reach out, but that was before I'd kind of like looked at this. Make sure that you aren't reaching out too much. And for those of you who don't reach out, make sure that you're not making someone do all the work. This is supposed to be equal. This is supposed to be, you want to know that their affections are not only received, but reciprocated. So just be wary of that. Just FYI for both of you. And then we do have the Three of Pumpkins, which is excellent. This is our collaboration, teamwork. This is, it could be, generally if this wasn't a love reading, I would say it was about craftsmanship and new projects and working together. But this to me says that you are working together. For those of you who are together, you're working together as a couple very well, because underneath it you have the Two of Pentacles. So this suggests to me that you were kind of like multitasking and weighing your options. And as long as, because I feel like this is much a powerful message for those of us who are single, and as long as you are not being the only one who's doing it, as long as it is an equal give or take, or approximation thereof, things are going to come out super well. Like they're going to turn out really well for you, because in this card, they're kind of juggling, but it looks effortless. They kind of look happy and they look like they're enjoying it. So whether that is, one is taking on a little bit more of the financial responsibility, while the other person's taking on a little bit more of the domestic responsibility, whatever equal looks like to you that you have discussed and that you agree upon, it looks like it's going to come together. Whether that is, I feel like, because Pentacles is a material thing, so perhaps we're working on a new home project, perhaps we are starting a business together, we have a hobby together, crafting together, whatever it is, it looks like you guys are putting in equal effort together, and it's really it's gonna work out, honestly, for sure. For those of you who are single, make sure that you are not focusing too much on pursuing romantic love, that you are neglecting your material responsibilities, if that makes sense. For those of you who are in pursuit or seeking affection, make sure that, we need balance in our life. Don't be too thirsty all the time, you need a good balance in life, because once you do eventually get that person or get that thing or get that invitation or whatever it is that you're searching for, you don't want to feel let down by all the energy and stuff that you've put into this, and kind of maybe let other things fall to the wayside while you focused on this person, that you kind of feel really let down by it. That's definitely a bummer. And then let's move on into our Queen of Cups in reverse. This also speaks to that, because this can kind of be smothering. You know what I mean? You're kind of smothering someone in affection because you're feeling a little insecure. Maybe because they're not reaching out as much as you are, or as much as you'd like them to. You could be feeling a little needy, we'll say. Goes for a relationship too. You can also be feeling needy as well. Sometimes we feel needy. It's okay. It's normal. Sometimes, it's normal to want your partner's attention. But remember the goal. The goal isn't the scales being so tipped. Goal is 10 of Cups. This is equality, harmonious relationships, familial love and bliss and happiness. Like this, they look like a partnership. They have their arms around each other. Their children are playing over here. They're looking and they're admiring their wonderful cups arrangement that they've got going on. This is supposed to be about equal give and take, love, partnership, collaboration. Like, make sure that you know, everyone is participating in equal measure, whatever that means for you, because equal looks different for everyone as long as it's agreed upon. So just be aware of being too much, quote unquote. And I don't mean you're being too much, you're being too extra. Either texting constantly, needing the constant reassurance. Have that conversation with your partner. Have that, you know, maybe that's the message that's going to come in with your partner, saying, you know, I'm feeling this way because of this, and it'll, you know, cut things off before they start is really what I'm trying to say. You know, like, nip it in the bud while you can. You don't want to let it get to this point where you become that smothering, desperate, needy, insecure kind of person that is like addicted to that individual, that communication. You're just like constantly looking at your phone for that next text message, or you know, can't let them do anything by themselves because you're feeling a little needy or whatever. Use your emotional intelligence and talk to your partner or talk to the person of your affections and kind of establish a rapport and establish how things are going to go. Because honestly, you know, having your boundaries respected is a sexy thing, you know what I mean? So definitely reach out and check, because I feel like you're doing a lot of dreaming and you need a practical plan. Definitely. There's for some of you, I feel like for the couples, the practical plan, you're kind of like enacting it right now. You are working together, you're balancing, but make sure that the practical plan stays, because it can also be easy to get complacent when things kind of start out well, and then you're like, perfect, we've got it, and then suddenly things are crumbling and you have a tower moment because you used cheap mortar in the middle. You know what I mean? For those of you, my lovely romantic dreamers who are looking for it, know that your dreams need a practical plan. Make sure this is something that you can keep up for the long run. You don't want to establish false relationship premises. No, that's not what I want. You don't want to be misleading in your relationship. There's a better way to say this. This always happens when I read. I get like, I don't want to get hung up on a word because I want to get the messages out, but I'm like, no, that's not the message. Anyway, don't get so, you know, don't put out so much effort in the beginning, and then when you begin their relationship, you know, hopefully with this person, they're kind of like, wait, this isn't what I thought. So make sure that you have a long-term plan, something that is sustainable, a relationship and a practice and a habit that is sustainable. Okay? You know, channel some of that Taurus energy. Let's see what else. Our fairy, wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. Okay, so literally back to back in a row, you are being told to make sure your dreams and your wishes have a way of practical application. Okay, you may have been wishing for this relationship from a single folks or available folks. You may be wishing for this relationship, but then when you finally get it, you find out you can't, it's not easily maintainable because you've set false expectations. That's what I was looking for earlier. You know, they have different expectations of you. Or maybe if you are taken, you are trying to create this sort of family plan. You know, you've got this idea, this aesthetic, this home, this something in mind that may not be completely sustainable as you have envisioned it now. There it is. So definitely I feel like this is calling for all of you to take, you know, you are feeling, you know, take some of that emotional intelligence and apply it to the practical. Take a look, maybe make sure you've got your steps planned out if it's something, you know, family related. And if it is you looking to pursue someone, make sure that you're beginning as you mean to go on. Start the relationship the way you want the relationship to begin, and then you can foster that kind of communication or whatever it is, whatever it, you know, is between your mutual agreement. That's your relationship, is your business. But make sure that your whims and your, you know, your fanciful notions and your love and all of that kind of stuff it's, you know, is rooted in practicality, is grounded. It's something that can be sustained and grown. Okay, message for the mermaids. You guys got 2 of these. We have Contemplation. I literally just said that. You guys need to take a step back and make sure that we've got some solid plans going on. And Dreaming. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, I got the tingles. I'm freaking out. Okay, so what I just said, you need to make sure that you have a plan for how things are going to go. You need to make sure, and this is if you're a single person who is pursuing an object of their affections or being pursued, really sit and think if this is really what you want. If it's not just the chase, honestly. And that's not a commentary on you or whatever, you know, the thrill of the chase, there's a reason that's a saying, but really sit and think about what you want so that you can go after that. So, and if that is what you want, go about it in a way that is sustainable, because right now I feel like everyone might be dreaming a little bit, and that's wonderful. Life kind of sucks right now, so dreams are kind of, you know, our main form of like wish fulfillment and stuff like that. But make sure that you're not just dreaming. Make sure that things aren't impractical. Make sure that, you know, you can't continue this way. Make sure that your dreams can become reality. Okay, you've got it's all here, baby. Okay, let's get our romance cards. So we have, oh, I'm just holding them all upside down. This could be the one. You have already met your romantic partner you seek. For those of my singles, this if you have your eye on somebody, it could be this one. If you could very soon meet them. For those of you who are in a relationship with someone, chances are, especially with this lovely situation, you know that this could be the one. We just have to make sure that we, you know, continue on. We also have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So singles, the person that's coming in, the one that you manifest, the one maybe you're not talking to them, your soulmate might be different than what you expect. And if you keep that avenue of communication open, you might discover and go into your contemplation that it's better than what you dreamed, because this isn't something that you ever even considered. And then we also have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So we do have the Devil here in regards to, and then the Queen of Cups in reverse, as far as I feel that you are pursuing relentlessly or desiring to be pursued relentlessly, and that is definitely a control. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Let it come out in a way that can be sustained. We don't want to force things, you know. So let go of those control issues, and you will all feel better for it. And let's see if this gives us a little illumination as to what wreath, sorrow over a loss. And then we have career. So for some of you, maybe you are going to be very, you know, career is going to come into play as far as your love life goes, or your control issues. Perhaps, you know, you don't feel in control at work, so you're trying to control yourself, you know, get control in your romantic situation. And as far as the wreath goes, I feel like I'm getting conflicted messages inside, because oftentimes a wreath, especially in tarot, signifies like victory. You know, in the tarot, like especially specifically like the Six of Wands. So I feel like you may suffer some kind of loss. I'm not talking death. I'm not talking breakups. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking about you might just come up against some sort of little roadblock, but I feel that this little roadblock actually was beneficial, because you're going to come out victorious. You're going to get something better out of it, of this roadblock. And then when you hit that roadblock, that's the prime time. If you have not already done it, get into that contemplation, figure out the practicality. Why'd we get to this roadblock? Was it something we could have prevented? And then once you overcome it, success. Okay, so I normally pull charms, but I've tried to do something a little different because I found this cauldron that I just had to get. And so I channeled some messages from Spirit. There's some quotes in here, some astrological signs, and then there's some stuff that's just funny. So let's get some messages for love for group number 3, my wonderful group number 3, love messages. Let's see what it has to say. This says, I use Capricorn. That's me. This is I analyze Virgo. Okay, so you're definitely practical. These are both earth signs. You need to definitely make sure that all of your wonderful, amazing, fanciful wishes, plans, dreams, all that kind of stuff is rooted in practicality. I'm not saying that they can't come true, but you need to figure out how you're going to make them come true, because dreaming is not going to make them come to fruition. You figure out what you're going to use to get there. Analyze how you're going to get there. Figure it out. Be practical. Then you have you are wonderfully made. This came up in the last group too, I believe. Maybe you just need to hear that you're wonderfully made. You don't need to be, you are perfect the way you are. If you do feel insecure and that's why you feel that you need a lot of, reassurance in your relationship and you feel needy or whatever it is, you don't need to feel that way. You are perfect. You are beautiful. Stop it. Then we have Terror Made Me Cruel. This is from Wuthering Heights, I want to say. Don't let fear make you unkind. Don't let terror make you cruel. This is overall a lot of good stuff, but don't let fear of being rejected or fear of failing or anything like that make you unkind. That's, just a little message that came through. And then finally we have be still, contemplate. Yes. You are being very much urged to reflect, to contemplate, to be still and figure out how you're going to make your dreams a reality, whether you're single or you're in a relationship. Your future goals, whatever your future goals, even if it's your future that you want to touch on as far as just the fall, we need to figure out what those are so that we can enact them. Okay, so overall you are desperately being urged to, so you got Taurus here too, man. You are being urged to really focus on that earth sign energy. I don't know if perhaps you're an earth sign or your partner is an earth sign or a potential partner, or maybe they just have significant placements in your chart. But I would look into definitely doing some grounding, be still, meditate, maybe do some, oh God, what do they call that? The thing where you go outside and you walk and you put your bare feet in the grass or the dirt or whatever. Earth grounding? Is that what it's called? Is it really that easy? I don't know. Maybe try some of that if you're feeling a little disconnected from nature, because we haven't, we've all been inside so much. Fall is here. The weather, depending on where you live, is becoming beautiful. Take advantage of that. Okay? But that is your message, group number 3, my singles and my taken, all of you lovely folks. I hope that this helps. If you like this video, like it, the whole YouTube thing, if you like the video, please click thumbs up so I know what kind of content you guys like to make. If you like this little cauldron, let me know so I know whether or not to keep it. You can also, I would love if anyone want to suggest any little messages for me to put inside. I love that. This doesn't all just have to be me. I love the idea of putting in you guys' stuff. So just remember to temper your dreams with a little practicality, not because they're not going to come true, but because they are going to come true and they deserve to come true, and you shouldn't be disappointed by them. Okay? So that is your message, group number 3. I thank you so much for coming and watching and sticking with me in my rambling, and I will see you later this week, I'm sure. Bye.